8 minutes we got left before we chat. Grab your coffee, find your seat. Cowbells are ringing, that's our cue. Gonna share our thoughts with you. Laugh and gossip, spit in tea. Little secrets between you and me. Countdown ticking, let's get real. Heart to heart, it's how we feel. Girl talks in 8 minutes time. Ring that bell, let's feel the rhyme. Share our dreams and tell our fears. Girl talks, wiping all those tears. Snap a pic of what we wear. Brush our hair, let down our care. Conversations never lie in this moment with you and I. Clock is ticking, here we go. Words like rivers start to flow. Tune your ears and hear the beat. Girl talks makes our time so sweet. Girl talks in 8 minutes time. Ring that bell, let's feel the rhyme. Share our dreams and tell our fears. Girl talks, wiping all our tears. Clock is ticking, here we go. Words like rivers start to flow. Tune your ears and hear the beat. Girl talks makes our time so sweet. Girl talks in 8 minutes time. Ring that bell, let's feel the rhyme. Share our dreams and tell our fears. Girl talks, wiping all our tears.
Morning, y'all. It's 5 minutes and 30 seconds before Girl Talk starts, so you have just enough time to grab yourself a cup of coffee and get in a comfy seat. We'll see you soon.
Catch Girl Talks every day. Follow socials, here's the way.
GURLTAUX, every platform come to play. Catch our vibe, don't delay.
Facebook, YouTube streams. Scrolling through your daily memes.
Girl Talk Show, don't miss out. Join the fun, see what Girl Talk is all about.
Keeping it real, it's what we do. So tune in now and join our crew. Lights moving through the screen. Click subscribe, don't be me. Upbeat chatter, it's our routine.
Girl Talk Show, don't miss out. Join the fun, see what Girl Talks is all about.
GURLTAUX is who we are.
Come hang with us on your tablet, phone, or screen.
Anywhere Girl Talks can be seen.
Girl Talk Show, don't miss out. Join the fun, see what Girl Talks is all about.
Update stories, laugh and cry. It's Girl Talk, so don't question why. It's the show that you'll adore. Come back daily to get some more.
Girl Talk Show, don't miss out. Join the fun, see what Girl Talks is all about.
GURLTAUX is who we are. Come hang with us on your tablet, phone, or screen. Anywhere Girl Talks can be seen.
Girl Talk Show, don't miss out. Join the fun, see what Girl Talks is all about.
GURLTAUX, log in now, watch our show. Likes and comments, let them flow. Every day we're on our way. walking down this road tonight, talking about the things we fight. Addiction knocking at my door. E&T wants so much more. We walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Girl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, together we'll move along. Searching for a brighter day, holding tight along the way. Sobriety is a steep climb, D&T winning every time. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Girl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, D&T bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Girl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, D&T bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Girl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, D&T bringing all of you along. Oh yeah, we walk the walk and talk the talk, right here on Girl Talk, on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm, D&T bringing all of you along.
Do this.
All right. Well, we are. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because it was not.
I got you.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
I
morning.
got you.
How are you this morning?
Oh, it wasn't for
No,
real?
it really wasn't. I hit it. I think.
Girl.
I think I'm double clicking,
Yeah, don't do
or
that.
or
Don't.
at least when I clicked it, it didn't catch.
See?
Something like that.
Oh,
For those of you that attended this therapy session yesterday,
Oh,
which
we're
was
sorry.
actually really good.
It was
a
so
really
good. It was
one.
one of our funnest ones.
It was.
Everyone missed it.
We were laughing, and but it was serious at the same time. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't all
Yeah.
goofy, and we weren't being silly. It just there was a lot of stories and a lot of things that were relevant, and we did a lot of good talking, and we made some really good progress with the how to make changes and how to not perpetuate poor behavior. How to change from that excuse mindset, I guess, really, because it's so easy. Well, we were just talking about it just now. You know, you're like, you get up and go to Pilates with your husband at 5 a.m.
I hate myself.
Yeah, but
Everything
as you're
hurts.
getting in better shape
Yeah.
and you're feeling better, you love that.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
that at 5 a.m., maybe not so much. And
No.
I don't know how much love there is for your husband at 5
No,
a.m.
there's
when
zero.
he's like,
There's zero. There's
you
none.
are making me
Yeah.
do that. But I mean, he's doing it for the both of you.
Yes.
Because we both know, or, we're both married to Marines. So
Yeah.
my husband is, I mean, I don't know. I have said it several times before that I wondered if his alarm clock was attached to a spring, because that man, the alarm goes off and he literally springs out of bed and he's on the go.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like 5 more minutes. I need to rest a little bit.
Yep.
I need to stretch.
Yeah.
I need to check my phone.
Yeah.
I need to, do some neck stretching.
Anything but
but
this.
get out
Yes.
of the bed.
And it was 29 degree, 27. I mean, it was cold.
It was
this
cold
morning.
this morning.
I was checking my phone I was like, please just let it be canceled this morning because I can't do this.
And
I do not want to.
Just so you know, I did do my eyelashes.
Ooh, look how pretty you are
I
this
did my
morning.
eyelashes this morning. I did my makeup. I didn't do full makeup, but I did my eyelashes.
Fabulous.
I'm not going to bring the camera all the way in, but I did do my eyelashes.
Yay.
And that is also why we're starting late, because I haven't done them in so long. I forgot how long they actually take.
Yeah.
And it's because these are magnetic and they're really great.
I really want to try one.
They're really, really great. They're
Awesome.
called Moxie Lash.
Nice.
I think they're about $29 for a kit or whatever, but it comes with, this one comes with 3
Yeah.
sets. So it comes with your small little, quick set, and then it comes with a little bit more dramatic, and then the dramatic set. And I have ones that are, I don't remember what they're called, but they are going out to a wedding, to a part,
Yeah.
There are some serious lashes. I could not wear my glasses with those lashes
No.
because they would be just fluttering on my glasses.
That's
and then
funny.
the ones I actually put on are called Honey. And they're actually like a burnt orange and yellow color. They're meant to look like bee and honey and
Okay.
stuff. So those are what those ones look like. So I
Nice.
have the smaller set on. But it does take, 5 to 10 minutes. And I think I put the magnetic eyeliner that you put on. I think I put it on too thick. So it took a little bit longer for it to dry. And I immediately, as soon as I got it on, I put my blow dryer on and I just sit there with my eyes shut and let it, just let a little air fan at me and let it dry. But I still think it was a little too thick. So even after 10 minutes and I went to put them on, they were still a little sticky and some smudging. So then I had to clean up around it. And I was like, oh man, I didn't make it as good as I wanted to. And then I did curl 2 little
Look at you
wispies.
being all fancy
So-
today.
Well, no, I'm trying because I would like to look better on my show. I love hats.
Right.
I may wear a hat on a good hair day, but because I love hats.
Right.
But I like different kinds of hats too. And I have relented to just put my hair in a ponytail and throw on a hat. So it's laziness. And we all know it. And we can make whatever excuse you want to make. But like I said yesterday that none of you could hear, just doing this show has helped me make those changes that I need to make because I have to be up. I have to be up. Excuse me. And I don't want to come on the show in my pajamas.
Right.
I mean, yesterday I wore my pajamas for a reason. I wore pajamas, and I did put a bra on, but I wore
That's a
pajamas.
good thing.
And I was trying to go from
This is my progress.
this is where I was before I even started the show. Where
Right.
I quite often found myself, just before Steve's even coming home from work, and I'm like, I'm still in my fucking pajamas.
Right.
Now I've done work because I'm not that fucking lazy.
Right.
But like I had nowhere to go, so why even bother to get dressed?
Right.
And as I even tell my mom, and this is where we can all say the things, but doing them yourself sometimes is even more difficult. Because I tell my mom, hey, don't stay in the same thing every day and, change out of
Right.
your clothes. And you've got all these clothes in the closet, just get dressed. Like
Yeah.
it makes you feel better that you got dressed.
Right.
And then I'm sitting around in my pajamas.
I understand.
Now, I know
that
I get
feeling.
busy. I get working on things. So I get busy and then I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten or I haven't changed my clothes or whatever. So I made a valiant effort when starting this show that I would put on a nice shirt of some sort. Now I'm wearing a sweatshirt because it's cold as shit outside right
Yeah.
now. So I don't give a shit. I'm wearing my sweatshirt.
Right.
But I make a point to put on a shirt. Well, I am not the type of person that will put on a nicer shirt or something that looks decent for the camera and wear pajama bottoms.
Right.
I'm going to put my pants on.
Right.
Like, be a big girl. Put your underwear on. Put your pants on. I do wear my Ugg slippers instead of like shoes.
Right.
But I'm still in the house. I just got to go down the stairs, whatever. Nobody gives a shit. I'm explaining way too much. But anyway, I really want to make those changes because I watched some of those other videos with people on them. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little jealous. I'm like, I get compliments all the time on my skin, how nice my skin is.
Right.
And when I tell them how old I am and how many kids I have, they're like, wow, no way. But what I see is a fat old lady.
Right.
And I know that I shouldn't be
So hard on
putting
yourself.
myself down like that.
Right.
So, but what would make me feel better? I used to always have my nails done.
Right.
Well, I've made a point. I've spent all the money. I have everything to do on myself, including the gel stuff that you can just put on
Nice.
and it'll shape them and you put them under the thing and they're pretty much done.
Yeah.
That goop in a bottle. So I don't even but I have the stuff to do it yourself. And I learned how. I know how to do it. I can do my own nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take me. I'm not a person at a salon. So don't be calling me asking me to do your nails.
Yeah.
You want to sit here with me and do yours with my shit and us hang out, that I'll do that with you.
Yeah.
But I ain't doing nobody else's nails. So don't be
Right.
calling me saying how much you charge, because I charge $489 a fingernail because it takes about that long for me to do them. Now I can do someone else's way faster than my own,
Oh yeah.
but doing my own, one hand is great. The other hand's like
What
yeah,
just happened?
cloven hoofed animals trying to
Right.
do it or something.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah. So I've been trying to make those changes.
Right.
But that's also why we're talking about perpetuating poor behavior and getting out of old habits.
Right.
How and what steps can you take to change your behavior, to get out of old habits and to make those changes? I do see that Kimberly is no sound. It's good now. Good morning. I don't believe you even sleep. Yeah, Donna. She's right, because I'm up usually very late at night. Now I have been working very hard to try to change that, and one of the steps that I've been taking to not stay up quite so late, because I will get on my computer and I will just work on work
Yeah.
projects. And my husband will come out at 2 or 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and go, "Are you coming to bed?"
Yeah.
And I'll go to bed. Now, obviously, if I'm going to, sometimes it's when he's getting up to start getting ready for work, and I've never come in, and I'm still on the computer
Yeah.
working. And sometimes I'm asleep.
Right.
I've fallen asleep working, but he will come out and go, "Are you going to? You need to go to bed now."
Yeah.
And and then of course I don't really go to sleep because he's getting ready, and then he's going to give me a kiss goodbye and leave for work.
Right.
So I don't really even make myself go to sleep. So I'm usually on my phone once I get in bed after he's done that until he's leaving, because
Right.
I'm not going to fall asleep for 30 minutes.
Right.
So and that's all in my head too. Like I could fall right back to sleep, but I don't.
Right.
I just stay on my phone till he leaves. and then I go to sleep, and then I got to be up by between 8:30 and 9 for the show.
Right.
So that's 2-3 hours, you know? And I know it's bad. I know it's not what my body needs. It's not what I need. I need that time to recover. So I've been doing much better where if I still have, I put my computer away and I go to bed with Steve.
Yeah.
And if I'm just too wide awake, I put my headphones on and listen to music, or I put the TV on and watch some YouTube and with my headphones on, and I go to sleep much faster.
What causes you to stay awake?
I don't have any idea. I cannot. I've been doing it forever. I think a lot of it, the midnight part, is mostly because the jobs I had in the past, I worked at night. You know, when I was in law enforcement, I was on the night shift. I worked graveyards. And when I was in EMS, I was always, you know, that's 24 hours a day for 3 days straight. You know, you sleep when you sleep. When you're at the station and there's no calls, you take a nap, you know.
Yeah.
So it's poor poor behavior, but it's poor behavior based on career field and it's long term, you know, like I think the reason why Steve hops out of bed so fast and your husband does and a lot of other people is because
routine.
That was their job. They jumped out of bed and went and did their job. And I mean, I did that in the Army too, but like that was a long time ago. I've been out of the Army since 2004.
Right.
So I've been out of the Army 20 fucking years.
Right.
Next month, 20 years. Mm-hmm. So since then, all my other jobs were pretty much at night. And then I started working for myself.
Right.
And, you know, and even when I was a full-time professional journalist, I would sit on my bed writing a story or working on an article I was working on. And I get so focused. I get so busy doing what I'm doing. I don't see the clock. I don't know what time it is. And then I could literally be like, okay, I'm done. Look at the clock and go, oh my God, it's 4 a.m. And I have to be at the office at 6 or 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, and I was usually the first one in to the newspaper I worked at. I was the first one there.
Yeah.
And I only went to bed 2 hours ago.
Right.
You know, and it's been a relationship issue also for me forever.
Yeah.
Because everyone I've ever had a long-term relationship with, they always took it personal. That I didn't go to bed when they went to bed.
Right.
I'm like, I can't. Like, I have a hard time going to bed and laying there staring at the ceiling and tossing and turning.
Right.
So Steve knows it's not him.
Right.
You know, he has learned it's not you. It is 100% me. And I don't know what's going on with my phone. I've reset it. I've done everything I can. But my phone just keeps vibrating. Burp, burp, burp. Burp, 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 burp.
Weird.
And no phone call, no nothing coming in. It's just perpetually doing this.
Weird.
And I cannot figure out what is causing it other than I think it was something I looked up and it got into my phone and I can't figure it out.
I'm sorry.
So I've got to mess with it to try to figure out what is going on with my phone. And
There's a really cool
volume
trick
off.
I learned. I can't remember what it's called, and I don't know that it would be useful for you, but I am curious if it would ever help.
Maybe turn the volume down.
Yeah. So it helps people who lay down, and I didn't hear you identify this as your issue. So I don't know that it would ever help you, but I would love to see if you try it, if it would. But for anybody else who's listening, whoever has this issue, because I do.
So what is it? What is it? So what's the issue?
So
and then what's
the issue is for me specifically, and for anybody else, I lay down, and the most random stuff will come racing.
Oh no,
into
that's
my
mine
head.
too. Yeah.
And it's like all of a sudden now
I can't
I'm thinking,
shut this off.
yeah, and now I'm thinking and overthinking and blah 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 and
Oh,
playing.
yeah, and it's
I hurt my
stupid.
own feelings and all the shit
And
that
it's
goes in my head.
stupid
Yeah.
shit sometimes. It's like, I wonder if I took the bottom of the bucket and took the contents and put them on the top of the
Right.
bucket.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not something I've actually, but like, it's
It's
so
just random
dumb
stuff, and you're
shit
like, "Where?
that
Why?
makes
Why?"
no sense.
Right,
Or
and your brain will
why-
freeze on these things, and then go to the next topic, and it's just
Why do birds
never
not
ending.
freeze
Right.
while they're flying?
Right.
You know,
So now the thing that you can do during that time is pick a random word, and it can literally be any word. Like I'm looking at your hat right now, and I'm seeing the word again. Okay.
Okay.
And you can take that word and take each letter of that word and try to make words off of it. So you'd start with you'd say again and go A, and you'd have to just start naming words till you can't.
apple, alpha,
Apple, alpha, ape,
Homogeneous.
ant. Yeah, and just keep going
whatever
until you
word you
can't.
could think of.
Yep. And then, okay, I can't think of any more. And then go to G and start naming words for that. And then go to A, I, and just keep going down the list.
I swear to God, for me, I would get through the entire name and the entire alphabet.
it.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, try it
But
and
like,
see how far you
'cause
get.
I've done the ones where you just say the same thing repeatedly.
Yeah.
I've listened
And
to
if you can-
meditations.
Yeah.
I've listened to talking meditations. I've listened to reading story times.
The other thing I think you need to do is the most important things. Stop doing stuff in your bed,
Yeah.
and then pick a time.
But that's helping me go to sleep earlier, though.
okay.
Yeah, it really has. I've been going
And-
to bed with Steve, putting on my TV and headphones and just laying down and
Okay.
watching and listening to it.
And what are you watching?
Just whatever I pull
Okay.
up my YouTube and
Okay.
I might be watching a news show or
Okay.
murder mystery thing or
See, don't do
something.
that. Yeah.
And then I fall asleep and I wake up with my headphones just bugging me.
Yeah.
And I just take them off, turn them off, and put them aside. And I have been finding, like, he usually goes to bed about 9:00.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, that is way too early. I
Yeah.
cannot go to sleep at 9:00. But I go in, and because I have been going in with him, putting it on, and it has to be quiet in the room, and it's dark.
Yes.
Because he doesn't want the lights on, he doesn't want the sound on. So I've
Sure.
got headphones on. So it is quiet in there. It's dark in there, and just the TV on. And I do make a point that I'm like on my pillows. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
And then I won't remember what was going on.
Right.
Like I will wake up to a totally different thing that I
Show,
had
and
put
you're like,
on.
when was the last time?
When-
What was I watching last? Yeah.
So and then I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, it's only 10:30. It's
Yeah.
only 11.
Yeah.
And I've already fallen asleep.
Good.
So it
So
is.
that is
it
starting
is.
to work.
It's actually helping.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
everyone says don't do your phone.
Yeah.
Don't put the TV on.
Yeah.
But for me, it works
Those
because
things
I'm
work.
just listening to that
Sure.
person talk.
Sure.
Now, I have been trying to make a habit of my phone getting plugged in the other room
Yeah.
because then I'm not tempted to play a game
Yeah.
or scroll
Something that involves real mental
or
work.
checking my emails or any
Yeah.
of that. If it's in the other room charging for the night, then when I fall asleep, it's because I was just comfortable
Yeah.
and I fall asleep. I do find the times when I have my phone in my hand,
That's the worst.
I will look up and it's 1 a.m.
Right. Absolutely.
So I have
that
to,
dopamine's kicking in.
I have
Yep,
to put
keep
the
it away.
phone in the other room.
That totally
and I
makes
can't
sense.
watch my YouTube and be on my phone.
Yep.
If I'm doing both, I'm gonna be actually watching and playing my game
Sure.
or whatever I'm doing on my phone. And then next thing you know, it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't save myself anything.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
if I leave the phone plugged in the living room,
You're good.
and I don't need
That's
it
a
for
good
an
thing.
alarm.
That's a
I
good
have
one.
Google.
That's a
I can
good-
tell it to set my alarm for the time I need to get up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, so And like we talked about yesterday, sorry for those that didn't hear anything, but it's very easy to give yourself excuses.
Yeah.
Excuse your way out of why you're doing these bad behaviors, or like I just did. I just gave excuses as to why I can.
Right.
But I'm also making those steps to change it. Now, my goal, and that's what you have to do, is part of it, you have to identify the behavior.
Right.
And then you have to set yourself a goal. My goal is to go to bed by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
So I'm working myself to the point of, at 10 o'clock, setting the TV now
To shut off.
an hour. When he
Okay.
goes to bed at 9, put my YouTube on for... Now, if I'm watching a show that's an hour and a half, I might set the timer for an hour and a half.
Okay.
That way I could probably get through the whole thing. But then when it goes off, hopefully I've kind of let that be a meditation.
Yeah.
And just let myself go to sleep.
Have you ever tried, and this one is really hard to do, but I have found it to be so relaxing. And it is at a certain time, we will choose when we decide to do it. And we don't do it every single day, mind you, because it takes a lot of discipline. Okay. So we do it very rarely. I wish we did it more because it is really relaxing. All electronics off, including the lights in the house, and everything is like candles. And then candles are on, and that is it. And that's all you do.
All my candles are electronic.
That's okay, because
Okay.
it's still a soft light. So it's just a soft light in the house, and you don't play with your phone. You don't watch TV. None of that. So you can read. You can play a game. You can talk to each other. But that's the last 2 hours of your night. And it's
Well, we love
so
playing
soft.
games.
Yeah.
So, I could very well see playing games by candlelight.
Yeah, it's such a soft evening. It just kind of everything decompresses when you
Yeah.
do something like that. And that I found was really a gentle way to go to the night.
Yeah.
And I wish I did it more, but I don't. Because it's just you have to be so intentional with it that you're like, oh, okay, and then you just don't.
Well, and it's easy to go okay, we're going to do this tonight. And next thing you know, it's 8:30.
Right.
We're not going to start. And then we're not going to start this at 8:30.
Right.
So we'll do
Yeah.
it tomorrow. And then tomorrow you're like, oh, it's 9.
Right.
So I'm not going to start this at 9. So, and again, it goes back to giving excuses.
Right.
And not being intentional. So I pulled up what this says about changing behavior. To change poor behavior, you can follow these steps. Identify the behavior,
Yep.
which we've talked about a little bit, that you want to change. And then understand the triggers that cause it. And you might have to delve deeper into, I don't think mine are necessarily triggers. Mine are habits.
They're absolutely habits. Yes.
Mine are habits from, and it's excuses, but it's habits from long-term working late at night. My body, that's its clock.
Right. Absolutely.
So you have to reset your clock.
Absolutely.
Set clear goals. Develop a plan with actionable steps. Monitor your progress. Find ways to reinforce positive behavior and seek support if needed, and be prepared for setbacks while staying committed to the change. Now, I will say that I think in anything you're doing, you do need accountability partners.
Yeah.
And for me, my husband is, and he's not a controlling type of personality.
Right.
So he'll say, I'm going to bed.
And yeah.
And give me a kiss goodnight and stuff. And he'll be like, you staying up? You
Yep.
coming to bed? He's
Yep.
like, I'm not your fucking father. I'm not going
Right.
to tell you, shut your computer off and turn the TV off and you don't get your ass to bed.
Right.
And I appreciate that because you're not my dad.
Right.
And I think my personality, I probably wouldn't take that as well. But he
Right.
says it in such a very loving manner that, are
Right.
you coming to bed with me or are you staying up?
Right.
And quite often, like, I've already got the remote in my hand and I'm going to go find what I wanted to watch. And I set my computer down, I shut it off, and I go, nope, coming to bed with you. And it's because of how he talks to me, how he handles it. Now I'm the opposite of him. If he tells me don't let me do or make me do, I am going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, you can't eat that. Don't eat that.
Remember what you said?
Remember what you said? Mm-hmm. But he's like, I thought you didn't want to drink those.
Right.
I thought you didn't want to eat that.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But I take it that way.
Right.
Like, I can handle my personality also wouldn't handle him saying, you can't eat that, because what I would hear is, you're a fat fuck, put that shit down.
Right.
So I need his gentle way of handling it. That's why our yin and yang is so good, because he talks to me in the manner in which I need it. And he does need that slap. Don't do that. Because he'll just do it. If I'm gentle with him, he'll just keep doing it.
Right.
And he knows it. And we have these discussions. So that's why we work so well together.
Right.
But this process, it often involves self-awareness, identifying motivations, and building new habits to replace the negative ones.
Right.
And like, my motivation is, I really do want to look better when I'm doing my show. I want to have makeup on. I want to do my hair. I want to, because I can look pretty nice.
More energy.
I want to look nice for the rest of the day, because that gives me where I walk in the bathroom and I go into the bathroom or something and I look in the mirror and I'm like, well, hey,
hello there.
But when you look shitty, you walk in and look in the mirror, you feel shitty.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, purposefully make those changes. Sure. And obviously, it doesn't matter the sleeping time frame or the sleeping quality.
Right.
But if you only have 2 hours of sleep,
you're
going to push that waking up time to the very nth degree. When my alarm goes off at 9, I'm like, hey, set me a 15-minute alarm.
Right.
But if I've gone to sleep earlier, when that alarm goes off, I'm way more rested. Mm-hmm. I may not bounce out of bed with the spring that Steve has, but I'm out of bed way faster.
Right.
I'm out of bed way sooner.
Right.
And I'm and not just out of bed part, but on the move getting things done part.
Right.
Because I can get out of bed and go in the bathroom and sit there.
Right.
Like, I have a little stool at my makeup counter. And I can go
like,
sit at that stool and just stare
again today.
and go, oh God, I do not want to do
That's
that.
me at 4 a.m. I'm like, I just need a minute to stare. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesse walks over with the coffee.
I call it the zombie look.
Right. Yeah.
We all wake up with that zombie look.
Yeah.
I used to say that when I took the girls to school last year. Like, look at all the kids as they're all going into class, and I'm like, do they not look like they could be filming a zombie movie right now? They're all just
the
like
high school kids.
Yeah. Some of them mouths are open. Like eyes aren't even open.
Fun.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Yep.
But you have to be intentional.
Yeah.
You have to be mindful. You have to be paying attention to what those things are. And if it's for weight loss, being mindful of what you're eating or how much you're eating, if it's an eating habit, changing an eating habit. Like, I don't like food.
Right.
I really do not like food. I don't know why. I cannot explain it. It's been that way pretty much my whole life.
Right.
And I'm overweight because of medical conditions.
Right.
It's not an excuse. It's the actual reason. I mean, my doctor even was like, if you ate the way that normal people eat, you'd be 400 or 500 pounds.
Right.
Easy. Right. He's like, so being 240, don't be so after yourself for it.
Right.
But I am, because I don't want to be 240. I want to be like 140, So I am trying to make changes to try to even get some of that down.
Right.
But you do have to identify the poor behaviors. And then, what this says is recognizing the problem behavior, Clearly define the behavior you want to change and understand how it impacts your life.
Yeah.
Identify triggers, observe situations or emotions that typically lead to the negative behavior. Yesterday, we talked about Pepsi.
Yep.
And I love Pepsi. I like to drink my Pepsi. And what did you ask me?
I asked you when that started. What connection did it have to your past?
And I initially said nothing.
Yep.
I was
You
like,
did. You were in complete denial.
I was like,
And
it doesn't
I
have any
asked
connection
again.
with anything. yeah. And then she asked again, and I said, well, wait a minute. You know, when I was a kid growing up, my dad owned a machine shop, and there down at the end of the street was a meat packing plant and a Budweiser beverage distribution center. And so he had a deal with them, both of them, that if they broke down, what he would always fix their trucks for free. But the deal was whatever's in the truck, I keep. So if they were just leaving, he got a full load.
Yep.
If they were just coming back, or he had to send out a truck to go get them, it was empty.
Yep.
So he got nothing. So it was a fair trade-off, and the company did it.
Yep.
So there was always pallets of soda and beer and shit in our, and I mean, my dad would have something going on, and he was always the guy, I'm bringing this meat, I'm bringing the steaks, whatever. Because we always had meat, and we always had soda and beer and a beer fridge, and I was like the hostess with the mostest when people came into my dad's shop. I, pay their bill or whatever.
Yeah.
And the first thing out of my mouth is, you want a soda? You want, and of course my dad'd be like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. They can have a beer.
Yeah.
You want a beer? And I'm popping beers for people and giving them to them. I loved it. It was fun. So it brings back that happy memory.
Yeah.
And a story I didn't tell, which was funny. So I had gotten it in my head from school. A teacher was talking about drinking beer and basically made it sound like if you drink one beer a day, or you drink more than one beer a week, or if you drink one beer a week, you're an alcoholic.
All
You have
right.
a severe drinking problem.
Okay.
So, impressionable minds. That's what I think is happening with kids today in school, being impressioned that they're this or that or the other thing when it's not. It's because they're impressionable. And they believe they're teachers, because teachers are in a position of authority. They're the knowledge people, so they know things. So you must be, whatever you're telling me must be true. They're like the internet of society. If a teacher says it, it must be true.
Right.
So I took that to the nth degree, and I went and we were going to a race, because my dad was also a race car driver, for those that don't know. 7-time world record race car driver. But we were going to a race, and I was scared that my dad was an alcoholic.
Oh, no.
Because the one whole panel side of our trailer had nothing but beer in it.
Okay.
So I poked holes in all the beers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like all of them.
Did they go everywhere?
Well, they just slowly leaked. The whole cabinet was just full of beer.
Oh, no.
And it just obviously poured out on the ground as we were driving. So when we got there, there was just beer all over inside
Nasty,
and
icky mess.
a mess. And I did have to clean it.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad was kind of pissed.
So expensive.
But he didn't know what had happened at first.
Yeah.
Like, I finally had to rattle myself because I felt bad.
Yeah.
Because the reason he had so much beer in there, he's like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? He was the one that was supposed to be supplying the beer for the whatever, the barbecue or whatever they were having for all the winners at the end and stuff. And he had volunteered to provide the beer.
Yeah.
So now my dad had to go out and buy all the beer. So I did feel bad. I did rat myself out.
Yeah.
I am the first one that will rat myself out.
Yeah.
I don't need people to rat me out for anything. I will tell you.
Yeah.
I fucking did it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I will come to you and ask for an apology. I will rat myself out.
Yeah.
So, but it's still a happy story. Like that, I mean, it was always a bonding thing, I guess, with me and my dad. And, I don't know. I think that was why. And so I get that pleasure part of your brain when I have a soda.
Yeah.
But I don't need to have 4 of them.
Right. Right.
I don't even have to have more than one.
Right.
Like even if I could really, really honestly, truly police myself to
Right.
only have one. And what I have learned, I don't like having one with my dinner.
Okay.
Out to dinner
One thing.
is fine.
Sure.
But at home, I don't like having it with my dinner.
Okay.
I like having the water with my dinner
Sure.
or tea or something like that because I just like literally focused on this the other night. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, why do I have a second one so soon? When we're done with dinner and cleaning up and we go in and we're sitting in the living room and watching TV, I really want to have a soda when I'm doing that. And the one that I had at the table, I didn't so much enjoy because I drank it with my meal and it was for your palate
Yeah.
and it's for thirst. And I've always said to anyone, when they come in and they go, oh my God, I'm so thirsty, and they go and grab a soda, I will be the first one that go, you don't drink soda when you're thirsty.
Right.
You drink water.
Right.
If you're literally saying I'm thirsty or I'm quenched
Right.
or I need to get quenched or whatever you want to call it, you need to pick up water.
Right.
That is not the time that your body is asking you for soda.
Right.
Not at all.
Right.
And that's not going to quench it. That's why you're going to drink 3 of them.
Right.
Because you didn't quench the thirst.
Yeah.
Your body's still thirsty. It's because you've worked or whatever, you've sweated stuff out. Your body needs replenishment of water.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. Y'all need to pay attention. Beer is made with water, but it is not water. Tea is made with water, but it's not water.
Yep.
Coffee is made with water, but it is not water. I'm the pot calling the kettle black because I'm like, well, I've got water in my coffee.
I've had a pot of coffee today. I don't know what the
But
problem
when you
is. why I'm not
alter
dehydrated.
it, it's not water. I don't know even about those flavor things. When you squeeze those flavor things
Right.
into your water,
Yep,
it's
that
now
is the big-
juice.
Right. If you add electrolytes to your water, that's water.
Right. But I'm talking about the ones
Right.
that I mean,
That
they
are-
might have electrolytes in it, but
Right.
they have sweetener,
Sugar
they
and-
have
yeah,
other stuff.
absolutely.
Read the whole label.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
And then it's now juice.
Right.
You
Yep,
know,
I
you've
agree.
now if you're drinking wine,
It's not water.
it's not water. It might have been made with grapes and water, but it is not
Water.
grapes and water.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's easy to justify.
Right.
Like it takes 12 ounces of water to make my coffee, but you've transformed it. It's not the same. Goal setting. Set specific goals and make your goals measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Now, I'm going to go back also to the identifying triggers. We need to remember that when you're dealing with mental health and mental issues that you might have, some of those triggers may be part of your mental health. So it may be something else you need to work on alongside with this. Changing behaviors, you also have to, you identify triggers and you might find this is a negative trigger or this is something that affects your mental health.
Yes.
So you might need to be working on that while at a simultaneous time
Yeah.
working on this. With me,
For sure.
the depression part hits me a lot.
Yeah.
And this changing behavior and goal setting, it works well with handling my depression or working with my depression or trying to I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but trying to evaluate that depression.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I'm doing my hair, doing my makeup, getting dressed, being here, being cognizant of the time. Yes, we were late today because I was doing eyelashes and I ran a little too late, but I'm here. But that helps with my depression too.
Right.
Because when I walk into the room to go do something else and I just walk by the mirror and I'm dressed and I have a little bit of makeup on or my hair is done or something, I get that positive dopamine that you need that makes you feel better about yourself, makes you stand a little taller or stand a little sharper, look a little brighter. You know, and those things can help with your mental health at the same time when all you're working on is changing a bad behavior.
Yes. And when you evaluate your goals or when you decide to make your goals, you need to recognize like it's not always going to be starting, I'm going to take care of all of this all at once. Take it small.
Yeah, you need to piecemeal it. You need to step by step. You need to put it in, like they say, you can't eat an elephant in one sitting. Yeah. You have to take bite-sized pieces. So if your ultimate goal, like I use me a lot because it's what I'm dealing with.
Right.
But if you want to lose weight, or I'm going to take that part out of it because that one's going to be a lot more work.
Right.
And it's going to take a lot more time. So the other thing I'm really working to change is my appearance.
Right.
Like how I look represents how I feel.
Right.
And if you look dopey, slumpy, dirty, unwashed, you're not taking a shower, stinky, maybe, all those things, you're going to feel that exact same way.
Right.
Dumpy, slumpy, dirty, stinky, whatever. You're going to start feeling that way yourself. Ugly, nasty. And you tell yourself even worse and worse as it goes.
Yeah.
And you hate yourself more and more. So it can put you into a deeper and deeper pit.
Right.
But just making those little changes for myself, making sure I'm up on time early enough to where I can pick out a shirt, get my pants and underwear on, and brush my hair and put my hair up. Whether I'm wearing a cap or not, it's kind of my staple, but whatever. But then doing the little curlies, that took, I had to get my curling iron out. I had to turn it on. So it took me at least a few minutes more than just throwing it up and having these.
Right. And it needs to be said, and hopefully it's understandable that not everybody has ever felt the weight of how hard that can be for some. But there are people out there that will understand that really can feel heavy. The weight of simply plugging in a curling iron to do your hair can be too much some days. So for those that have done it today, or that's good.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
is.
big thing.
It has been a huge weight for me because I was really feeling so hateful towards myself.
Yeah.
For such a long time that I think I mentally got to a point that I don't even deserve to look nice. I don't even deserve to try to look nice because I'm not worth anything.
Yeah.
And I was feeling so ugly in my own self that no matter what I saw in the mirror, I was ugly.
There was a point after I had my youngest daughter, there was a point after she was born where I couldn't even look in the mirror, and I didn't know what it was, but I was like, there's something wrong with my face. It's not my face, and I don't know what it is. I just don't recognize it, so I just won't look at myself in the mirror anymore. And several months went by where I just, whatever, and then I met with some people that knew me, because, again, military life, they don't really, whatever. And I met up with some people, and they were like, "You have a sunspot in the middle of your forehead that you never had before. You need to get like some bleaching lotion and put it." And that was that. That was it. And then I got some lotion, fixed it. It was done, and it was over. But like something about that just triggered me and put me into a place where I just couldn't do it, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my face, and I couldn't. Like, I was in such a dark place that I couldn't figure it out,
Right,
and I
right.
couldn't, and it's just weird, the things that you just can't. So
Well,
yeah,
and
it's just
as
weird
you make
sometimes.
these changes, and you do them in the small increments that you do
Yes.
them. Like the changes I have made have been over months.
Yes.
I didn't do it like
No.
yesterday. I said, we've been talking about this for well over a week, that I would do my eyelashes.
Right.
And you've asked me several times,
Yeah,
did you
'cause
do
I'm
your
holding you
eyelashes?
to it, damn
and I
it.
will tell you, it was a very hard thing to do, and I'm not going to cry.
Right.
But while my eyes were closed and the
Oh,
air
yeah.
was blowing at me, I said, okay, you aren't ugly. You aren't
Right.
bad.
You deserve.
You
to do
deserve
this.
love. You
Yeah.
deserve to feel
Oh,
loved.
she said it
I
finally.
did. I
Good
did.
job.
I didn't say I love you
Right.
to myself, but I said you
It's one
deserve
step
to be
closer.
loved. And
It's hard to
you
say
are
it.
loved, and it was hard, and it took so much because I wanted to cry,
Right.
but like I thought this was a perfect time because I'm really trying to have the discipline of not having
Right.
any moisture on my eyes at this
Right.
very moment. So I did do it.
Good.
Now I
good
can't say
job.
I'll do it again tomorrow.
Well, you're gonna frickin' have to.
I did
and
do
there's
it.
3 more opportunities today to say it at least. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Maybe
Make it weird.
I did-
have some fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, this has been something that has taken over months.
Yeah.
Months of changing little increments at a time. Like
Yeah.
I said yesterday, today I'm going to put on lashes. It doesn't mean tomorrow I'm putting on eyeshadow.
Right.
It means today I'm going to put on lashes. I'm going to try to put them on again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is the goal, to continue to do the one thing
Right.
until you get that one thing that
Name
has
the
become a
stuff. Make it
change.
good.
You
Yeah.
can't, they say, I mean, sure, you can add every day.
Right.
You can add that. And to me, the 1% every day is doing it again
Right.
until you're comfortable doing it
Until
every
it's a
day.
habit.
Until
Yeah.
it's become more of a habit again. And like if you're going for a walk or you're going for a run and you're trying to increase your time or the amount or whatever you're doing, and coaches will tell you add a little bit more. Well, if you're super fit,
Right.
you can add the new milestone every day.
Right.
You can increase it by 5 minutes or 5 miles or 1 mile or one light pole or whatever it is every day. But if you're not that fit, you will quit in a week if you have to
Right.
increase it every day.
Right.
Because you can't go from 5 minutes
Right.
to 10 minutes to 20 minutes to, you can't do that.
Right.
You're not going to be successful.
Right.
So for somebody who's in my poor health, that would be the bite-sized portion would be do 5 minutes
Just repeat.
and do it again
Rinse
and do it
repeat.
again
Yep.
and do it again. You don't have to increase that 5 minutes. Just do 5 minutes every day for an entire week.
Right.
And then it might be at the end of that week, your last time doing it, just see if you can go a little bit longer.
Yep.
Just see if you can make that 7 minutes.
Yep.
See, and if it's not comfortable, the following week, start again with 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And then after you've done that for 1 or 2 weeks, you will find yourself, okay, now I'm more comfortable. And it won't even have to necessarily be a conscious change. You'll look at your thing and you're like, oh, I went 10 minutes
Right.
before. And now obviously I had a couple things happen since then, but before, when my mom and I went on our cruise, we went to Alaska, and it was just my mom and I, and I wanted to be able to walk and do the excursions and things like that were comfortable. At that point in time, I did not do anything without my cane,
Yeah.
like at all. I did no walking without my cane. And so I forcefully made myself walk. And I was walking our property, and I was walking down the street, and I was walking everywhere. And I had increased my time, and I did it by steps on my watch. I had gotten to, before we left, I was able to do about, about 5,000 steps a day. So I was feeling much better about increasing my steps. Well, I just kept doing that. And when my mom and I took our cruise, we took a very long cruise, and we had land portions of the cruise. We had a whole week that we were going from Princess Cruise Line lodges on land to the next Princess Lodge. And obviously we had on the ship too. And I was walking every inch of that cruise ship every day. By the time we got done with our cruise, I was up to 8 miles a day.
Good job.
And then I got hurt. I fell.
Damn it.
When I fell, it like really messed that whole thing up, because
Yeah.
I haven't been the same since. But I want to get back to that. And it started with 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And by the time the cruise was over with, I was doing 8 miles a day. And I had the recordings of it. I was sending it to my husband. I was so proud of myself.
yeah.
And I mean, like, we got in one night, we went to the lodge. It was really cool because it was completely light out and it's middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I was 1,000 steps short of my goal for that day. So I got up and I'm like, I'm going to go walk. And I went and was walking, and I got to know a lot of the staff there.
Yeah.
Because when everybody else is sleeping
Everybody's
night,
cleaning.
I'm out there
Yep.
walking and doing, and they're like, do you just come out here and walk? And I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to get 10 miles,
Yeah.
and, or I'm trying to get 8 miles. My goal was to try to get to 10.
Yeah.
And I never made it to 10 miles, but I made, and I don't mean 8,000 steps. I mean, I was doing 8 miles of walking a day. Now that wasn't all at once. I didn't go out and just straight walk for 8 miles, but I was walking so much that I was doing everything. And I mean, the pictures from me on our way back with my backpack and the luggage and all that, with the moose that was attached to my back and all that, and stuffed animal. I did look like a pack mule, but I was able to handle all the weight.
Right.
I was still walking with all that shit on, and I was able to get up to that point. Well, I fell, had a problem. Now I need to go back to the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So what I've ended up doing is all that traction that I'd made, back to excuses.
Yeah.
I hurt. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's, right back to old bad habits. Mm-hmm. So you have to be prepared for those setbacks too, that when they come, don't let it make you, because when that happened, I went right back to a dark place.
Right.
I started hating myself again. I started feeling bad about myself again. I'm worthless again, and all those things. And it can be such a spiral.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
But you can't let one setback throw you off the train track.
Yeah.
You have to find something to get you back on track.
Yeah.
And even if you have to start back to the beginning, then start back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Focus on positive changes. Instead of saying stop procrastinating, say complete tasks on time.
Nice. I like that.
It's, when you're making the goals measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And stop telling people also, I'm a procrastinator.
Right.
Because you're just giving yourself
You're
permission.
speaking those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like when you say, if you want somebody to do something for you or keep you on track with something, it's I'm trying to get to a point without saying the words that I want to explain, but it's the worst thing you can do, and it's with a child, it's with a dog, and it's with an adult. If you say, don't do that, what they heard is do that.
Right.
If you want, don't forget to tell me.
Right.
What they heard is forget to tell me.
Right.
So if you want somebody to do something to help you do something,
Remember
you say,
to.
remind me,
Yeah.
or help me remember
Yeah.
this, because your brain hears remember, remind, not don't, and not forget.
Yeah.
So you have to change sometimes the way you even talk to yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't say, I'm a procrastinator, or stop procrastinating. Instead, say, I'm going to complete this task on time. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to do my eyelashes.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You have to change your behavior, your actions. You have to change your mindset.
Yeah.
And that means you have to change some of the words you use to yourself. And I am 1000% pot, kettle, black, all the things.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for me to explain to other people what you need to do is, but I have to, put the words in action myself.
That is a really important piece to that. Probably the most important piece.
Yeah, because it's easy to tell everybody else how to do things.
Right.
Now, action planning. Develop strategies. Brainstorm different approaches to address the behavior. This is a great thing to ask people, and there's you have to put like a thing together. Like if it's just with your spouse, hey,
Right.
I want to discuss something with you. I want this to be a safe place. I really need your honest input.
Yeah.
I really need your honest thoughts. I really need to hear what you think and how you think I could do this, but could you please make sure to keep it in a loving manner? Or
Right.
you have to set your ground rules. You have to set your boundaries.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to say like, I want you to be completely honest with me.
Right.
And then that person says, well, I hate that you're fucking fat.
Right.
And you just go into this, oh, he hates me. Because
Right.
that's all you heard.
Right.
So you have to set your boundaries and your what you want out of the conversation.
Right.
But you have to ask them how you want to present it
Right.
because of how you can accept it.
Right.
I really need you to do this in a very loving way, but I also need you to be very honest with me.
Yeah.
And don't ask the am I questions.
Yeah.
Because you're setting yourself up because you just told them to be honest and then you said, am I fat?
Right. Whoops, wrong way to start that.
Yeah, don't set them up.
Yeah. Yeah, I
'Cause
think that's a good,
and if this is
setting
where you're-
yourself up to, like I'm looking at your coffee machine that's over here, and it reminded me of a friend who I thought had the most super genius. You have a great coffee bar upstairs in your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine set up a coffee bar in her bedroom. I thought that was the smartest thing I'd ever seen in my entire freaking life. To be able to roll out of bed and just have your freaking coffee bar right there. Because I was just thinking about all the ways, like little trash cans in different areas in your house, so you don't, you know what I mean?
So you don't
the
throw
shortcut-
trash somewhere.
Yes, just
Yeah.
so the shortcuts
Shortcuts
that you
to
do
do
to simplify your
things.
life to reach your goals. Like Sigma 6, how the different ways that Sigma 6 comes in to help you like get you productive in business, doing that with your life. How do you make those shortcuts to simplify your life so that you can get to your end result? They're stupid, simple things so that you don't have to take those 50 steps so that you can get to the next thing that
Well,
are just
especially
easier.
for somebody that like your friend probably is.
Yeah.
And I can fit that bill.
Yeah.
Like I am
you smell that coffee and I am
non-functional
done.
until I have coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
If I smell it, I'm like, okay, I'm
oh,
good.
I'm up because now
Yeah.
I want it.
Right.
Like the more I'm smelling it,
Yeah.
my husband will come over to the bed if I'm asleep on the weekend,
And just set it
he
right
brings
there.
the coffee and sets it down next to
Yes.
the bed, and I'm like,
That's it. I'm
and
good.
I'm like, no, not right
Yeah.
now. And then next thing you know, I'm like,
Yes. Yeah, that's why I always thought that was the smartest thing I had ever seen. I was like, oh my God, you have figured all the life goals out, man.
Oh, I
Like,
need to do that. I need to
Right.
do that. So you haven't seen my bedroom, have you?
Not yet.
I don't think because the dogs are usually in their kennel.
Yeah.
So my bedroom is like a hotel suite.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I
nice.
would expect that. Yeah.
But it's like a hotel suite. So
Yeah.
if you walk in my door, there's the dog kennel right there, which you've
Yeah.
probably seen as you've walked by.
Yeah.
But if the door's open,
I think I've seen the dog kennels.
next to the dog kennel is a couch.
Uh-huh.
Across from that is a fireplace and a TV.
Perfect.
And then there's a bar with a sink, a whole mini bar,
Yeah.
like you would have in a hotel. It has
Nice.
cabinets above it where we can put stuff, and we keep certain snacks in there. It was where we kept things that we didn't want the girls to eat when they were
Right.
here. It became our snack cabinet. And then we have that's our drink fridge, and there's a cabinet there too, and drawers, and so I could put a little coffee bar
Yeah.
there. Absolutely, I could put a little
Absolutely.
coffee bar there.
See? Yeah.
Now I have a alcohol display on that bar.
All right.
I have an army truck that's like this big, and it has a rocket in it,
Cute.
or a missile.
Okay.
And it's bourbon.
Okay.
It was a gift to
Yeah.
us, which is funny because it was a gift to my husband, who's a Marine,
Sure.
from an Army guy.
All right.
And so it has Army on it, but
Nice.
it's cool. And then I have a few things from like overseas because my husband was in, Desert Storm.
Yeah.
So we kind of did a little display up like that.
Yeah.
But absolutely, like it would make more sense for it to be a coffee bar.
Yeah.
Because we both, first thing we want is coffee in the morning.
Absolutely.
And I do have coffee maker that actually has a clock and a timer where you could
Set it up and it
coffee
would
in
just
and
start.
have it start making coffee on its own. We've gotten lazy with that because we use the pods so much.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, like if you have to make those adjustments and those changes, find a place in your house where whatever it is that your changes are. If it's going out for a walk and going and doing a run, when you do your laundry, fold your socks and put them in your tennis shoes and put your shoes right there by the door.
Yeah.
Where when you walk by them, you can't help but see them. And you
The
might
shoes
walk
are
over them.
calling you.
You might walk over them a few times, but at some point you're going to see that and go, I'm putting these there as a reminder
Yep.
that
Put
I
your
need to
running
go
belt
walk
right
for
there
5
with
minutes.
it. And so everything's
Yeah.
set up, so you have it right
So
there.
you're
for
like,
when you're
oh,
ready to go.
that's right.
Yeah.
I want to go. I told myself
Yep,
I was
set
going to do
yourself
this.
up each day for those moments.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And having that accountability partner once again can help you too.
You see that?
No.
The light just. See, that's why. Ha
Oh, daddy's probably home.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you set yourself up those action plans and those
yeah.
behaviors, and you have your accountability partner, sorry about the
Yeah.
dog barking. You have your accountability partner that also keeps you on track by those gentle reminders.
Yep.
Did you do your walk today?
Yep.
Because I don't
How
know.
far did you walk today? Because I'm going to beat you.
Right.
Like, make it a sport. Make it a competition. Absolutely.
And like, for me, anybody who knows my behavior, I don't lie. 2, I can't stand a liar.
Right.
3, I am competitive.
Right.
I want, and if you give me a challenge, I'm going to work towards it.
Right.
And I will trip my mama to win.
Right.
That's been my saying forever. No, Mom, I will not trip you if you're listening. She usually listens after the show. But for me, my husband knows. He will send me a text. What have you eaten today?
Yeah.
He knows I will not lie to him. So he knows that text works better than you need to eat.
Right.
Because I know I have to answer him.
Right.
I'm not going to lie to him.
Yeah.
So I go and make something,
Right.
eat it, and then text him what I ate.
Right.
And he's like,
Look.
so you just you just made that, right?
Yep,
And I'm
yep.
like, yeah, I
but
did.
I did it.
But I did it.
Yeah.
Now, if he were to say, you need to go eat, I might be like, yeah, okay. Whatever.
No, I don't. You told me what to do.
Yeah. My mindset does not work well that way.
Yeah.
So develop those strategies, and when you have that one-on-one with
See,
the
now,
person.
and this is what I'm thinking when you're talking about I need to eat. Something that I learned that worked with my kids when they were younger, my now adult children, is I would put fruit and vegetable bowls out around the house. So we'd have everything, I'd cut everything up, and then I'd just lay it on countertops around the house. And as everybody was walking by, they would literally just grab a handful as they were walking by. I don't know why it worked, but like they would just literally grab a handful and keep walking by. They'd be cleaning, they'd be playing video games, whatever.
But you just grab it because it's in front of you.
It's in front of you, and they would walk
You
by.
do that with garbage.
Yes.
If there's a bowl of candies, you'll walk by and grab a handful of M&Ms.
Yeah.
You know, so why
like,
not have them be grapes instead of M&Ms?
Maybe have a bowl of carrots and a bowl of you said you like broccoli. Have a bowl of broccoli sitting out, and then maybe like a bowl of you said you like chips, right?
Yeah.
And then like just have those sitting in different places around your house, and then just as you're walking by, you can just grab it, and that way you're eating all
As
day.
you're going. Yeah, because with my small stomach and the fact that I can't eat a lot anyway,
Yeah.
eating little tiny bits at a time
Yeah, is
is
what you
what's
have
better
to do.
for
And it
me
will
anyway. Mm-hmm.
boost your metabolism, so that way you'll be burning off those calories.
Exactly. And that's a strategy. Develop strategies. Brainstorm different approaches to address the behavior.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say brainstorm different approaches to address the behavior with yourself.
right.
You need to brainstorm these things with your
Have a thing of
accountability
cheese, 'cause
partner.
I know you like cheese too, right?
I like cheese, yeah.
So you could have like cheese cubes just sitting there.
Yeah,
For
and
like an afternoon snack, cheese and tomatoes or something.
yeah, exactly.
stuff
Like
you
little finger foods.
Yeah.
You know, the little tomatoes.
Yeah.
But you have to brainstorm with somebody who, one, wants to help you.
Right.
Two, has their own invested interest.
Right. And I want to see you succeed.
And they want to see you succeed.
Right.
Not somebody who's going to be jealous of you.
Right.
Not somebody who's going to put you down.
Right.
Because those things are going to be difficult. So you know your people.
Right.
And there are some people that aren't your accountability partner.
Right.
Because certain people will say, well, you're not doing that.
Right.
That's not going to help you stay motivated.
Right. And if it's not working for you, they'll ask the hard questions like, okay, so you feel like it's not working. Why do you think that? Is it maybe the snacks? Mm-hmm. Are you not walking in the right area? And then like ask the right questions. And if that's not it, okay, let's figure out the next thing.
Yeah. Do you not like
in
where
a
you're
like
walking?
asshole way? So let's try something different then. So
Yeah.
no biggie.
Now, even though our time says we have 9 minutes, we actually have 14 minutes.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Because we got started a little late.
You just want to keep talking.
We have 14 minutes. Yeah, that's true. That is no lie.
We're having good ideas today. We got coffee in the bedroom and we got snacks in the house. We're coming up with some stuff, man. We got this. We're
Exactly.
fixing things.
We're making it move.
Yes.
So break down large goals. Divide your goals into smaller, manageable steps.
Yeah.
And that's where, and all what I think when you have a mental health issue like
Yeah.
depression, and I'm only going to talk about things that I can relate to.
That you feel comfortable and understanding.
And like alcoholism is not, you're not going to be able to deal with it in the same way, but you can, because you can deal with some other issue and maybe keep what you're doing with that part of it.
Right.
But you start dealing with something else that's affecting you and start changing that one behavior. And then when you feel like you've gotten that kind of more under control, or you've made a change in that behavior,
Right.
then you can attack the next behavior. You
Right.
can't try to change all your bad behaviors or all the things that make you feel bad about yourself all at once.
Right.
it's not going to be something you can
No.
do at the same
No,
time.
no, that's like trying to quit drinking caffeine, smoke cigarettes, quitting smoking and drinking caffeine and taking in sugar all at the same time.
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna-
can't do it
you're
all at the same
gonna
time.
end up in a mental
But I've
institution,
started
for God's
working.
sakes. Don't do that. Don't. I've tried. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
I've
So what's
started working on the getting up and getting dressed.
Yeah.
And being mindful of that. And then now I'm going to start working towards,
The other
my
things,
appearance to be
Yeah.
a little better. Not that I don't appear okay,
Yeah. Right.
but I want to appear to myself the way I used to look
Right.
in the way that I like to look.
Can you make a list of?
I have.
Okay, good. Of the things that you like about yourself.
Oh, no. I thought you said the list of things you want to work on. Yes, I've made that list.
No. A list of like how you feel.
I don't think I'm there yet.
Okay, how about a list of the things you feel when you are dressed up?
Okay.
And maybe put that somewhere that's visible, or that you can maybe on your phone or on a piece of paper next to your nightstand or something like that, so that on the days where you're like, I don't want to get out of bed and get dressed, or
I'm not there anymore.
Okay.
I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Like,
But
I
like-
purposely was in pajamas yesterday, and it was a feat to make myself be in the
Okay.
pajamas.
Okay.
And I did it all day
Good.
against my will
So you're past that
because
one. but,
I'm
like,
past that one.
yeah.
Which is great.
which is good. But how about for the makeup one?
But for the makeup one, I need to do that.
Yeah, and then that way to remind you, so when you can't, like when you can't find the energy, you can look at that and read it.
I need to put that right there where I do them.
Yeah, so that way, and you
Because
can
I
read
can't
it
help
and
but walk
say
by
it
that.
out loud.
I can't help but walk
It's
by that
key.
going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's right there. So I can put a sticker on the wide mirror. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have one of those mirrors you pull out and
Yeah.
you can put it where you want it.
Yep.
So on the wide part of it, because I
and
never,
that will
I never
remind
use
you
that.
this is why I'm doing it.
Yeah. And it's like, you want to do this. And
want
you
to
have to
feel these
remind
things.
yourself you want to feel this way. You want to do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Consider replacement behaviors. Identify
Yeah.
positive actions to substitute for the negative behavior. And I think we have to take out the word negative behavior.
Yeah.
Just habitual behavior, habits.
Yeah.
Because some of them, it's not a negative behavior not to do makeup.
Right.
Because like that sounds like, oh, if you don't do makeup, aren't.
Right.
It's for your own personal self. I like to wear makeup.
Right.
I like to look the way that makeup makes me feel. It
Right.
makes me feel pretty. I like the fun part of the makeup.
Right.
I'm not a makeup person
Right.
because we say makeup, but realistically, this is makeup
Right.
that you put on your actual face.
Right.
Lips are lips.
Right.
Lipstick. Eyeshadow is eyeshadow. Mascara is mascara. Eyelashes are eyelashes. And we all call it makeup.
Right.
But I don't really do a lot of makeup. Well, I'm
Right.
getting older. I have
Right.
more wrinkles. I have more blemishes. And they're just aging
Right.
things. They're not. I don't have acne. I don't have something I need to hide like that. But your skin does start looking not as fresh and not as sharp and not as
Right.
pretty. So yeah, I might have to actually use makeup where I never really used makeup before.
Right.
I have it and I used it very rarely. So that's an adjustment for myself right there.
Yeah.
But you don't always have to say it's negative behavior. It might just be habit behavior or just poor behavior. Because I think the word negative makes it very difficult for people to see it in a different way. Like
Yeah.
it says, identify positive actions to substitute for the bad negative behavior. If you just say identify positive actions to substitute for the behavior,
Yeah.
you're giving
Identify
yourself
what you're
permission
trying to
that
do
you're trying
instead.
to change something
Yeah.
or just make the thing that you already do better.
Yeah. Yep. Identify what you're trying to change.
Right. And you got to keep those negative words kind of out of your vocabulary in a sense.
Yeah.
And then it's implementation and monitoring. Practice consistently, actively working on implementing your new behavior regularly.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you do it every day for whatever time frame you start realizing. You said maybe set yourself up. I'm like, I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I get up, I get dressed.
Yep.
Like I had to force myself to stay in pajamas yesterday, and I stayed all day on purpose because I wanted that memory of what I used to feel like when I didn't get dressed.
Yeah.
And even when Steve got home, I wasn't in clothes. Like I stayed in pajamas all the way until nighttime.
Yeah.
But when I got up this morning,
You're like, I can change.
I felt so much better because I didn't have to feel that way anymore.
Yeah.
Like I felt good about getting up and I went in my closet. Oh, this is it's actually a pretty shirt.
Yeah.
But it's long sleeve, but it's cold. So I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It is so cold. And yes, I'm still wearing my hat, but I love hats.
Yeah.
So that may or may not ever change, but my hair may change underneath of it, like I did the curlies here.
Yeah.
But it may change where my whole hair is curled.
Yeah.
But it's step-by-step behavior. Now
Absolutely.
it's a habit that I get up and get dressed.
Yeah.
Next thing I wanted to do is be a habit that I get up and
Put my eyelashes on.
to do my hair.
Yep.
Put my eyelashes on. Even if it's little bits of hair.
Yeah.
Just keep doing those things and continuing to do it on a regular basis till it becomes where somebody says, well, you have to just remind yourself, I don't have to anymore.
Right.
I do this because it's what I do.
Right.
Track your progress, monitor your behavior using a journal or app to see how you're doing. Some people can do that. Some people can't.
Yeah.
Mine is more accountability. My tracking my progress or my accountability is you guys.
Yeah.
People out there, because I'm doing it. Like I feel very much self-conscious about saying something publicly. I'm going to do this.
Right.
And it helps you a whole lot if it's a weight loss journey. People that blog it and video themselves every single day of what they're eating or their exercise program for that day or the scale. Mm-hmm. The people watching you will help you be accountable because they're like, hey, you haven't posted your scale today.
Right.
Hey, you haven't posted your walk today. Hey, you have. So the people watching, if you're a YouTuber or you're doing social media stuff, those people will help you with your progress and that. So the other thing is self-reinforcement. Reward yourself for achieving milestones or positive behavior. Yeah. And that's true. And those rewards can be self-affirmations. They can be physical awards. They can be in the form of you can say, if I get to this point, it's okay to buy yourself a gift.
Right.
You can say, hey, maybe you like Starbucks.
Yeah.
If I do my eyelashes every day for 30 days, I can get a Starbucks.
Yep.
Or I can get a gift card to Starbucks. Or I can get a new Starbucks cup. Whatever your thing is, go ahead and reward yourself. But give yourself enough of a goal that reward is not now becoming a bad behavior.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, don't reward yourself. Don't overly reward yourself.
Don't get yourself a new Louis Vuitton bag.
Yeah, I think your time frame should be a lot longer.
Yeah.
Do this
Yeah.
thing.
Be reasonable.
Do this thing for an entire year.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally, you think about it.
Yeah.
There is a Louis Vuitton bag that's probably $385.
Yeah.
Might be small, might be a wallet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know their prices because I don't
Yeah.
worry about that stuff. But if that's your thing, then say, okay, if I do this for 385 days
Yeah.
and get yourself a little change thing and every day put $1 in it
Yeah.
And when you've hit 385 days and you've done it consistently every day, when you take that out, you should have $385. Now you can go buy yourself that Louis Vuitton bag if that's what you want and is your reward. And every day you walk by that little, and make sure it's glass so you can see in it. You can see the dollars building up.
Yeah.
You know, you might have to take 20 of them out and replace it with a $20 bill if it's getting too full.
Well, those bags are a couple grand.
I know. That's why I said it might be like a keychain.
It'll be a used one.
It could be a used one.
Yeah, we'll go with the used one.
Or it could be, a, you know. And if you have that kind of money, though,
yeah. If you have that kind of money, it's a reasonable thing for you,
right? If you have that kind of money, maybe you have the cash to put $20 in that thing every day. Totally. You know, maybe you have the money to put $5 in every day. Do the math. I'm not a mathematician.
See?
So, you know, you figure it out. And if that's what your goal is, maybe it's a cruise.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you want to go on a cruise. You want to lose that weight for that cruise. You know, put your money in there. Yeah.
Be able to walk on the excursions.
Exactly. And do all the things. So set yourself up goals, but set yourself up.
And those goals like that match the end result of your exercise goal or whatever. So.
I know that. So Donna and I are going to be going to Greece.
That'll be fun.
We're going to start planning our trip here soon.
Good.
And it's a double reward. It was the one place Kristen wanted to go so bad that she didn't go. And
forget which language they speak, but you should definitely make that a goal.
And Greek.
It can't be that easy.
It is.
I was like, it's got to be Greek, but that's too easy. So
the funniest thing is, I had a girl in my platoon when I went through boot camp.
It's not
or
easy.
Basic training. I always say boot camp, and I get corrected. Yes, Army is basic training, but I'm surrounded by Marines. So when I went, I had a girl. Her name was Haji Konstantis. If you're out there and you've ever heard my show, yes, I know you. But her name, I was the only one that could say it correctly. And our drill sergeant changed her name to Haji.
Oh, no.
Because he could not say Haji Konstantis. But she was Greek. And so people from Greece are Greek and they speak Greek. So she said one time to me, yeah, I really hate it when people say, I'm sorry, I'm speaking Greek. Like, meaning you don't understand me. And she's like, because, nobody understands Greek. Right. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, pretty sure people from Greece understand Greek. She's like, yeah, shut up. But anyway, I digress. We are about out of our time. Let me see what we have right now. Oh, no, we're done with our time.
Yep.
Our time is over. So I'm going to finish this little thing right here. Develop coping mechanism, learn strategies to manage setbacks or temptations, seek support, talk to trusted friends, family members, therapist, or professional coach, and maintenance. Integrate new habits, continue practicing your new behavior until it becomes a natural part of your routine. Review and adjust. Periodically assess your progress and adapt your strategies if needed. Important considerations. Motivation. Understanding your why is crucial to sustained change. Mindfulness. Paying attention to your thoughts and feelings can help you identify triggers and manage impulse behaviors. Positive self-talk. Hard for me. Encourage yourself with supportive language to maintain motivation. Professional help. If you struggle with significant behavior issues, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor. And I suggest that with everybody. Like,
absolutely.
I think even the most in their own mindset, healthiest people could use a therapist. Mm-hmm. And I think they probably need the therapist more than anyone else because they think they don't need one.
Right.
And it's amazing and a therapist can be a professional therapist, but it can also be somebody that you just really can be your most authentic self with and talk through, like in this show, we are doing therapy. We may not be licensed therapists, but we're doing therapy with each other because we're reading stuff, we're getting knowledge, we're understanding, we're learning how to talk to one another, we're learning how to dig those things out of each other. So it is your hour and a half therapy session every Monday through Friday. And it helps. It really does. So anyway, with that, we are past our time. And I want to wish everybody a happy week. Continue with your week. It's Tuesday. And I have my little box of motivational shit because we all need a kick in the ass sometimes. And today's motivational card says, wake up, kick ass, repeat. And it's great for what today's topic was because, yes, you just have to repeat it until it becomes natural. Mm-hmm. And for those of you out there struggling and you do need help outside of just little things, it's okay to seek help. Mm-hmm. And there are people out there to help you get through those things that are a little too tough to navigate by yourself. So come be here Monday through Friday, 10 to 11:30. And if we're on time, if our lashes are on. But now I know, like I got up 10 minutes early today and I was 20 minutes late. That means I need to get up a half hour early, not 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
So 30 more minutes. That's 30 more minutes.
We need
of
a
sleep.
mug that says put your lashes on and deal with it.
Yeah, I need to do that. Exactly. Put your lashes on and drink some coffee.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Lashes, coffee, lipstick.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And please subscribe on our YouTube channel because we definitely need the subscribers. Thank you so much and have a great day. God bless.